A passerby recognizes Shalom. He starts coming over cheerfully for a chat, but decides against it the second he sees Rahu's face behind her. In the end, he simply takes off his hat to return Shalom's greeting. Seeing her smiley face, Rahu sighs.
You said you'd take me to Paradiso's. I don't see how this is helping.
And yet, you're here. Haste makes waste. We must wait for a chance.
I don't have my usual weapon with me. If something goes wrong, I can't guarantee I can settle it with a gun.
Nothing's gonna go wrong. Trust me. I've been to the scene. That woman was pretty badly injured too last night. Without a healing ability like yours, she can only act discreetly before the blue rain stops completely. Paradisos is after her. I should have been the one to lure her out, but since you interrupted forcefully and injured her like that, I can only hope she didn't get too demoralized and run away.
So it's my fault?
Of course not. You've brought back some useful intelligence. Now, we can finally take action.
Before blacking out last night, Rahu told Shalom everything she knew, Garofano's own words as well as everything unusual Rahu had noticed. The assassin had been completely ignorant about Rahu's the first 2 times they fought, but the 3rd time she seemed to have grasped the entire history of FSE warrior.
The woman is highly dependent on external intelligence. My guess is that between the attack on the 21st and the morning of the 23rd, she must have touched base with her source. Could it be the boss of their group?
If that reckless assassin group had that kind of intelligence power, it wouldn't have survived till now. They're merely somebody else's knives. There's a secret assassin group in Eastside, founded by a mania power from the underground. It preys on pitiful sinners, takes advantage of their hatred, and turns them into knives aiming at this city.
I guessed as much. Rahu thinks of Garofano.
The power behind these women is hard to tackle. Their discreetness grows with their influence. It's their habit to use hired knives, sharpened with mania. The recent assassinations targeting those in Paradisos were their doing too. The individual assassins are not Paradisos' real enemy. These people are. And Paradisos seeks to eradicate them at all costs.
And are you part of the costs too?
Shalom laughs and her face seems to say Paradisus is not as you imagine.
The range you specified was precise. The Ninth Agency's agents have begun tracking. I suppose we'll hear from them soon.
What else? I saw a team of unfamiliar faces sneak into your villa. The MBCC's arrest team. Did you arrange that too? Where did you find these people? Are you setting up a trap in your own house to catch Garofano?
Good observation.
She flicks the leaf of a flower growing on the side of a trail. Dew spatters onto her hand, leaving faint red marks.
I hear that the organization is in turmoil now, and is no longer capable of arresting sinners.
They've lost their director and several inmates are on the loose, so morale is at its bottom. Our operation is likely to succeed. It'll give a boost to their spirits if they can catch the target. They'll surely appreciate this cooperation.
And we get another thumbnail just in case that one wasn't good enough.
You can seize this chance to make some friends. They may just come in handy.
Assuming that the operation is a success, and that you can really catch her.
We will. You've confirmed the assassin's identity for me. More importantly, we now know that sinner named Garofano is highly attached to her group and the boss. This is good. I've prepared some good stuff that has to do with her boss. If she indeed loves her family, she'll show up. Now is the best time since you're away. She'll lower her guard and walk into the trap.
Oh, so now it's an MBCC arrest team, not like the chief himself.
She doesn't come across as that dumb to me.
But she's the type to lose her cool once she starts caring. That's why she's accepted such an ambitious request and wants to rope you in. You, a fellow Avenger. She's quite sentimental, probably even hiding the truth from her friends. Once we've got her, we'll grill her and decide what to do. If everything goes as planned, you're coming back to Paradisos with me.
A bona fide Paradisos local. Always scheming 10 steps ahead.
Be glad. All this scheming is helping you because I'm on your side. Now you don't have to do what you're poor at.
And what are we doing here? According to your plan.
Well, we still have a little free time before catching the assassin. Take a walk with me. You dream about going to Paradisos, but for me, I cherish my time here more.
Ooh, that's a nice scenery. Look at that. Beautiful. The two stroll into a small park. Seasonal flowers are in full bloom all over the park, especially vibrant and fresh, having been cleansed by the drizzle. Sunlight pours down and glazes them with a pearlescent shine. Shalom halts all her informative talks and walks into the flowering shrubs, never turning her gaze away from the flowers again. She smiles and seems generally in a mellow mood.
Once we get back in Paradisos, I won't get to see flowers like these again.
People send you bouquets all the time. Isn't your house piled with flowers already?
Those are different. What I admire are lives like these. Lives that grow and die naturally, never at anyone's mercy. Firmly rooted in the soil and facing the sun and rain openly, they live arduously, but eagerly on their own terms. Doomed to wither, they bloom fearlessly. Each has its unique color and embraces death with its immense beauty.
You can grow your own.
I don't have a gift for that. Any flower touched by these hands wilts soon.
Rahu falls silent for a moment.
These flowers were only transplanted here temporarily. They'll be replaced once they're out of bloom to suit the taste of the rich in the villa. The rain is artificial too, a decontamination measure of the city. There's nothing natural or free about either of them. But I don't see how they're different from this thing you care so much about. You think that a picked flower becomes a mere decoration. But the way I see it, even if a flower is uprooted and cut, wherever it's brought to, it's still living its life on its own terms. A flower doesn't bloom to be looked at.
You're right.
Plum folds up the umbrella. She tilts her head back, lest the sheer blue rain tint her. Her face blushes faint red as it reacts with mania.
Hey!
Don't worry. I'm not as vulnerable as you think. You're right. What matters most is that we get to see the rare sun shower, and...
She reaches out to catch the glistening hazy rain. In her blurry vision, Rahu sees a faint gleaming slip into her hand. A faint gleam slip into her palm. Okay?
Look! A rainbow.
Miss Shalom, just as you said, the assassin came back. The new security guards have subdued her, and we're all waiting for you to come back. There's just this one thing.
The MBCC fucking FSC is ass, honestly. I mean, FSC is good for fighting like corruptors and shit. Like when you need to deal with sinners, you call the MBCC. Look at a fucking attack team captured an A-class sinner. Garfano is A-class. They captured an A-class sinner, or not even the chief required. They're fucking good. It's just that when some specific S-class come into the picture, that's when the issue starts. Because as I said, not all S-classes are on the same level. Rahu is clearly a very low-level S-class. considering, well, she's kind of like a fake pseudo S-class, but still.
Just a moment ago, another strange visitor appeared. He demanded to see you as soon as possible, and he said he's brought news from Paradisos.